What's up everybody, Tony here with iTech Check, and today we're going to be taking a look at this dash cams made by Vantrue. The cool thing about this is it's dual, so it has a camera in the front of your car and it comes with a camera for the rear window of your car, which is nice because some of the dash cams have a dual camera on the front and the back of the dash cam itself, and then it just kind of looks inside your car. You can't really tell, if somebody rear ends you or something's going on in the back of your car. You really can't see it that well. With this one, you can see pretty much everything that goes on in the front and the back, which is super nice. So this one, again, has dual cameras. It's got a 1080p front and a 1080 rear camera, or you can just use the front camera, which would give you the 4K picture, only at 24 frames per second. It's got a 170-degree field of view for the front and 160 for the rear. It's got a super capacitor instead of a built-in battery. Basically, what that does is, if it was in the process of saving a video, it would use the capacitor to finish off saving that video, so you wouldn't lose anything. It also has a built-in GPS, HDR, emergency protect, parking monitor, time lapse, and dual save. So let's go ahead and see what you get inside the box. Okay, so it looks like here are your cameras. Okay, so here is one of the cameras. It rotates up and down independently from the mount. And then you just stick it on the back here. And here's the front camera. Oh, that's nice. The piece comes off, so it's not stuck directly onto the camera. That's really nice. There's your camera right there. Pretty big. It does move. This does record audio as well. You get your reset, your rear camera, the main 5-volt in. Looks like your menu button, the OK, forward and back. That's where your SD card goes, and nothing on the other side. And here's your power cord, dual charge. Okay, so there's the other USBs. So it gives you an extra USB for when this is plugged in. It's pretty nice. Here is, looks like a super long cable for the rear. Here you get another mini USB. Here you get your adhesive. So you get an extra one for the rear camera, and then this one for the front. So you get two, you get an extra one for the front as well, which is nice. And then we get the manual and a quick start guide. Okay, so we have it powered on. Pick your language. Okay, so here we can set the resolution. Pick 1080p at 60 frames. Okay, loop recording. I'll set it for 3 minutes. G sensor, I'll set it to high. That basically makes it detect if you slam on your brakes or something hits you. It'll go ahead and record an event. Audio recording, turn that on. Exposure, I'll leave that alone for now. HDR, turn it on. Numberplate. Okay, so the number plate is to set your car number. See, so you can maybe put in your license plate or whatever you'd like on there. Timestamp. This just does the date, the time, stuff like that. Let's see, so don't need a number. Don't need the Vantrue. I'll keep the date and the time. Okay. Time lapse, and parking mode. So when you're in parking mode, it will detect if somebody hits your car or something like that while you're not in it, but you must have continuous power going to the dash cam. Now you can use a power bank if you want, or if you have some way to give a continuous power to your dash cam, you can do it that way. But if you use a cigarette lighter and your cigarette lighter turns off when your car turns off, then the parking monitor will not work. Hey, system setup. Language, format SD card, time and date, auto LCD off, Keep that off. Non-use auto power off. Keep that off. Device sound, frequency, keep it at 60. System info, default settings, GPS, on, speed unit, miles per hour. Okay. Files, record setup. So I'm going to go ahead and set this up in my car. We'll give you a sample of what the video's like, and then we'll find out if this is worth your money and time. Another little pro tip, I know I saw some people complaining about the cables crossing over each other. Just keep in mind that one side is longer than the other, and you need to use that side for the part that's connected to the main camera, because if you use the wrong one, this won't fit in here and it's going to hit the top power USB. So just make sure you use the longer one and you're good to go. So real quick, here's a little pro tip. Instead of sticking this directly onto your glass, get yourself a little piece of screen protector, like one for your phone or pretty much anything, and then attach this to the screen protector. So when you put the screen protector on your glass, if you have to take this off for any reason, the screen protector has no adhesive. It just kind of sticks to your glass. So you just peel that off real easy, and then the whole thing comes off. Okay, so now if you can kind of see how I have my screen protector on my windshield right here in a little square. So I have one for the front, I'm going to make one for the back. So now we're going to stick our camera onto that. So like I said, if we need to take it off or anything, you can just peel off that screen protector and everything will come off nice and neat. Okay, so once you have the adhesive taken off the back of the camera, you push it on really hard onto the screen protector for maybe about 30 seconds and make sure it's on there nice and tight. So here I have the rear camera set up on my rear window. I don't have the cable placed yet, but this is exactly how I have it mounted. I have the little screen protector mounted onto the glass and then the rear camera mounted onto the screen protector. So if I ever have to take it off, I can easily get it off without having to worry about the adhesive sticking to my window or peeling off. Okay, so here I'm just going to give you a little sample of what the video looks like. It's about 7 o'clock at night in Colorado. You can still see pretty good, but you know, it's pretty much dusk. And this is what you're going to see with the dual cameras, one going out my rear view and one going out my front mirror window. And I'm purely recording audio from this device. Right now I have it set to view the rear camera and the front camera. You can change what you look at. You can look at a dual view like it's in now. You can look at just the front. You can look at just the back. And when you have the rear camera plugged in, you can only do the 1080p front and back. If you want to do the single front, you have to unhook the rear view camera. So here I've taken two separate videos and I've kind of put them together in the way that you're going to see them from your dash cam. So no matter what display it was on when you were watching your dash cam, when you turn it off and turn it back on again, it'll always default to this view. So I just want to give you guys a little sample of what the two cameras see at night when it's pretty much pitch black and the only lights are going to be either the street lights or the lights coming from your car. Okay, so now I have the exposure set up to as high as it'll go to kind of give you an idea of the highest brightness that it'll go, so you could see in, you know, almost total darkness. And when I say total darkness, I mean no other lights other than what your car produces. So here we're getting into that dark area where there's really no lights other than what my car's lights are. and as you can see, it's definitely a lot brighter. And then if you were to totally turn your lights out, that's what it would look like. And here's a little video sample of what the video looks like just starting out in the morning, say if you were on your commute to work. And this is the front camera only in the 4K resolution at 24 frames per second. And then here's a little video sample of the evening video. This is also in 4K, and this is about around 5 o'clock in the evening. And then in the same shot, I switched over to 1080p at 60 frames per second. And then here's a little sample of an evening shot of the rear camera. This is also in the 1080p. And this is what the time lapse looks like. And then here's a little clip of when it's in its parking mode / sentry mode. If it detects motion or if it sees anything in front of your car, it takes a 10-second clip. Now this is the coolest thing about this dash cam player. So basically what you do is you go to Vantrue's website, go to all downloads, and then download the Vantrue S1 GPS player. Once you have the player downloaded, go ahead and install it. Once it's opened, you're going to go ahead and click on the little folder icon. You're going to choose a video that you'd like to watch, and you can get all sorts of information from it. It shows you how fast you are going in the video, your heading, your altitude, latitude, longitude. And it also shows you moving on Google Maps. So no matter whether you fast forward or rewind, you'll always see on the map where you were at that particular moment in the video. Just make sure you have your GPS on and it is locked. And this great feature will be pretty much embedded in any of the videos you record from then on. So what are my thoughts on the Vantrue Dashcam? Well, I think this is pretty much one of the nicest dash cams that I've ever reviewed. So if you don't actually need to use the back one, you can also get the 4K right out the front as well. It's great that it can use the SD card, and it has like the little viewer so you can watch the videos on the fly. I also love that GPS enabled video player. It's got so much information, really cool. If you needed to see, how fast you were going, or at the time of maybe an accident or just something that happened, you have all that information at your fingertips, which is really great. The more information, the better, I say. It's really easy to use. It has a lot of features, and I love the fact that it hides pretty much totally behind my rear view mirror, so it doesn't obstruct any of my view other than maybe a small portion at the bottom. As far as the picture quality goes, it's got a pretty good picture. As you saw from the videos, it can see pretty well at night, and the higher you turn up that exposure ratio, the brighter it's going to be. So I don't think that there's any problems there either. And as far as the negative reviews about the cabling, if you plug them in the right way, you shouldn't have any issues. And I had a setup prior to this dash cam in my car that used a micro USB, and this one uses a mini. So pretty much all you have to do is just get an extension, micro to mini USB, and you can use your prior setup if that's how you have it set up as well. So that's pretty much it. I mean, I guess if you guys are looking for a dual dash cam, this is definitely one you're going to want to take a look at. It's definitely one of the first 4K that I've ever reviewed. So again, I will be putting a link in the description below in case you guys want to check this out on Amazon yourself. And if you guys like me and you want to support my channel, please use that link to buy this and anything else on Amazon, because it helps me keep purchasing products to do reviews for you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that little notification bell to let you know when I put out new videos. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one. Later.